In the last 30 years, the world has lost 50% of its coral reef population. Within the next 100 years, 90% of the coral reef population will be gone. This fact is according to SECOR International, a leading conservation organization for the restoration and protection of coral reefs, from the SECOR International website, published in May of 2018. In a recent survey I conducted, everyone in this room has taken 10th grade biology with Ms. Heitman, where we learned about coral reefs and global warming. Global warming is a serious threat. First, I will talk about the definition of global warming. Second, I will talk about a solution to the problem. Third, I will talk about the past and present effects of global warming. And finally, I will talk about the future consequences of our actions. In order to know how to help the issue, we must first understand the definition. The Oxford English Dictionary, a trusted source since 1884, states that global warming is a gradual increase in the overall temperature of the atmosphere, generally attributed to the greenhouse effect, which is caused by increased levels of carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, and other pollutants accelerating. Greenhouse gas emissions are still rising. The magnitude of climate change is dependent on the amount of heat-trapping gases emitted globally and on how sensitive the Earth's climate is. Now that we understand the definition, let's examine ways that we can slow global warming. The United States must make multiple changes and investments in order to do so. According to Yang Zhu, an assistant professor of atmospheric sciences at Texas A&M University, from Nature, the International Journal of Science, published in December of 2018, states that by 2030, we will have reached the 1.5 degrees Celsius levels, instead of by 2040, meaning that we are warming a lot faster than previously anticipated. In 2017, 157 million people were exposed to heat wave events. This means that the government should provide us with ways to manage our heat stress. Not only that, but the government should also provide ways for us to protect our homes from floods and fires that will be caused due to global warming. There is a way that we can slow global warming, and slow the global warming and the warming of the planet. This way is called solar geoengineering. Solar geoengineering is when you see reflective particles in the atmosphere to act as a shade from the sun. Although this is very effective, it is unrealistic due to the cost. So instead, the government can put controls on things like soot, methane, and hydrofluorocarbon gases. These few ways can make a big difference in saving our planet. If the United States doesn't make these changes, the effects of global warming will continue to become more extreme. There are many past and present effects of global warming. The Earth Science Communications Team, a team working in NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, from the NASA Global Climate Change website, last edited on October 17, 2019, states that increased levels and temperatures are causing glaciers to shrink, trees to flower sooner, and more droughts and heat waves. California Governor Jerry Brown describes the wildfires in California as the new abnormal. These wildfires are caused due to increased temperatures and are becoming very routine for California citizens. Not only are there many effects on land, but also in the water. Global warming is creating coral bleaching around the globe. Terry Hughes, a professor at James Cook University and a member from the journal Nature News, published in April of 2018, states that in 2016, the Great Barrier Reef witnessed one of the biggest heat wave to ever hit the Great Barrier, in the water. So the Great Barrier Reef, all of the coral began to die immediately. These past and present effects are nothing compared to what is to come. The future consequences of global warming are fast approaching. If we must stop the planet at 1.5 degrees Celsius levels. If we allow the planet to warm to 2 degrees Celsius, 2 times as many people will suffer water scarcity. Not only that, but 1.5 billion people will be more exposed to heat extremes, and they will be more prone to diseases such as malaria. Americans are becoming more scared of the effects of global warming. According to Lydia Saad, a senior editor and advanced consultant in the Gallup poll, which is an analytics and advisory company, published in March of 2016, states that 65% of Americans blame human activities on global warming instead of natural causes. With that being said, winter seasons are becoming shorter. 63% of Americans say that they have witnessed a warm winter. So our summer seasons are increasing, our winter seasons are decreasing, and that is allowing for a frost-free season, meaning that we are losing our winter seasons. Not only that, our precipitation patterns will change a lot, and hurricanes will become more strong and more intense. These future consequences are fast approaching. First, I talked about the definition of global warming. Second, I talked about a solution to the problem. Third, I talked about the past and present effects of global warming. And finally, I described the future consequences of our actions. Global warming is a serious threat. If we continue to do nothing about this prominent issue, in 100 years, not only will our coral reef be gone, but Earth as we know it.
541, excellent.